And this is why, they do blood testing, and within almost 10 or 15 minutes, if not less, with the technology they have today, they can literally tell you right there in the office, oh, you've got this, you've got that, you've got this, you've got that, And they don't go into talking about all of the things that are linked up to the disobediency from eating wrong foods instead of eating the foods like what Dr. Truman is promoting, the herbs, and then what I talk about, the foods, and understanding that there is a difference between food and herbs, but they all go together. But first and foremost, what is a food? And I read this last week, and I'll continue to read it every week. Food is what, according to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it says it's a nutritive material taken into a living organism to sustain life, to promote growth and the repair of the tissues, and to give energy for the vital processes. Now, I'm not somebody that has a Zondervan Bible Dictionary. They can go on their own time and read that, because there's actually a lot more that comes under that definition, but that's just the first paragraph that I really grab and take away from that, because it gets straight to the point of understanding what is a food. And we all eat food every day. But are we eating food that is alive, or are we eating food that is dead? I work with another doctor as well called Dr. Don, that's a retired licensed chiropractor. And we have a call on Sundays where you can hear nothing but testimonies, and he's always talking about how you cannot put dead food into a God-made body. It just doesn't go together. And he talks about the benefits of AGEs and our products, the Max and the Sugar Stop, and you get a chance to hear some phenomenal testimonies of people that's using the product and what it's doing. But going back to just talking about this product called Sugar Stop, I wanted to just emphasize some things that I got in a newsletter from the company from Miranda a couple of days ago that's talking about the bad effects of sugar. And I believe this came from the International Bipolar Foundation. And it talks about how sugar releases opiates and dopamine, causing emotional highs and lows. This is why that's what bipolar is. But see, what they don't tell you when you go to the doctor, they just tell you, oh, you're bipolar. They never link it in to sugar. They never think to ask this person about their diet. What are you eating in your diet? When you see kids bonking all around and the school is calling you saying, oh, I think you need to get him checked for ADHD. No, let's get him checked for his sugar level. Let's see how much sugar is going into the diet before we just start putting him in the system as an ADH or bipolar or ADD kid. Let's check and see how much sugar intake he has. Then it says refined sugar causes the release of I stutter. So Dr. Truman, you have to help me. You're my backbone. I start stuttering trying to get that word out. That's cytokines. Cytokines. When I talk fast, I stutter a lot. So if you hear that word, Dr. Truman, you can pronounce it and break it down. I know what it is, but when my tongue gets tied trying to get it out. Then, that word, what I just said, it strongly correlates with depression. Think about how many people are dealing with depression right now. Like, that is a major thing going on all over the earth right now. Everybody's running around with depression. Nobody's thinking about it linked to sugar, though, but everybody's running around with depression. And so this is where a lot of depression symptoms are coming from the sugar intake. Then it also has a reaction called, a reactive hypoglycemia, commonly referred to as a sugar crash, and it causes bodily distress, And man, have we ever had sugar crash, especially if you've been on some of these crazy energy drinks that they have out there. And Elder Ricard did a video on that. Literally every energy drink on the market is attached to Satan, all the way from the logo to all the different signs from the Egyptians, some red bull with the bull links back, how they were worshiping the bull. I mean, every energy drink on the market. So we have our own line of energy drinks called Hero, which has a lot with like your B12, your B6, a lot of the B vitamins that you need. It has 1 gram of sugar and 10 calories a can, because you don't need all of this stuff to get the energy level up. You just need the right nutrients and vitamins and minerals in the body, and it will give you the energy level that you need without, causing your heart to about to crash and go dead, literally underneath the steering wheel or something. And the sugar also weakens your immune system. Now, that's big, because when I'm talking to people about noni, I have to get them to understand that the immune system is like the lifeline. It's like the motor to your car. If your immune system is gone, like, everything else just starts going out. It's like a car with a check engine light. Everything is just ding, 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 ding. You're like, oh my gosh, now the oil light's popping on. Now this is popping. I mean, all kind of lights are lighting up on the dashboard, because literally the whole life of that motor is going bad. And so this is kind of how the body is. Without the immune system being strong, these lights are going to start lighting up, letting you know, okay, hey, I fought a good fight. I'm about to go out, and I hope you're ready to go out, because once I go out, you're out too. So we better do all we can to keep that immune system strong and at optimal level health, so it can be like, the backbone to fight everything we need to fight, especially going into the cold and flu season and people having arthritis and all these bone problems and joints. That's when they really get it bad, in the winter season, and it gets even worse if they're loaded with sugar. So, the sugar, like I said, it weakens the immune system, making you basically feel crappier. That's what I tell people. People get sick more often, during what they call holidays. Now, I don't celebrate holidays. Most of us on this line don't, but knowing that things like Halloween, Thanksgiving, all this different stuff that people are into now, man, they've got tons of sugar loaded on their table that they're giving everybody, from the sweets and the candy, the tea, Kool-Aid, soda, high fructose corn syrup is pretty much in everything they're drinking and eating. And they don't know they're sitting there increasing their AGEs, could probably have a heart attack before they get the turkey put to their mouth, literally. So it's not wise to not understand the damage that sugar is doing to your body. And the immune system, it needs to be, in tip-top shape to fight off the cold season, which is what I just said earlier. So another way to also fight off these AGEs and stop the absorption of the sugar in our bodies is about the product Sugar Stop that I'm talking about. And then I tell people, sugar, it may taste sweet. I'm trying to think how I always were. I tell people sugar may taste sweet, but its effect on our bodies is anything but. So I tell people, what are you doing to protect yourself from the negative effects of sugar? And they just kind of start thinking, and that's where I set them up for an appointment, because I tell them knowing your true age is the first necessary step to managing, your AGE levels and start living younger, longer. And also keeping the commandments. That's definitely going to play a huge part in living younger, longer, because I tell people, I don't care if you got a whole noni tree built in your house. If you still are breaking the laws of the Most High, now you have another issue. Noni does not combat sin. Noni gives the body the nutrition that it needs on a recommended daily intake basis. So about 5 more minutes, I'm just going to cover the benefits of the noni plant. Not the noni plant, but the Sugar Stop, which is a product that we also market at Miranda that helps to fight the AGEs. So usually with using the noni or the max and also a canister of AGEs, it gives you the full armor that you need to reduce these AGEs. And it is guaranteed to reduce AGEs by 24% in as little as 4 weeks. So once we get you scanned, you get on the products, you come back in 30 days, and you will see how you're 24% younger. Who doesn't want to be younger in as little as 4 weeks? Taking 24 years off of your life where you are right now. So people like Dr. Truman that eat really healthy and things, I'm probably sure if I test him, he's probably already age 10, and he's drinking the noni too, so he's young. So when I saw him on the website, I'm like, whoa, that's a good-looking man there. Let's look that age. I'm like, yeah, boy, he's got some knowledge for sure. So just to cover the top 5 reasons, I tell people you need the Sugar Stop because it's the only product for weight loss and AGE management. Is one, Number two, it contains white kidney bean extract, which helps to block sugar and the starch absorption. So it doesn't block all of the sugar, but it blocks up to 40% of the sugar intake that you're bringing into the body. So that's still a very good high amount of sugar being reduced and taken down out of the body. Number three, we have two sources of fiber, to eliminate the fat and the waste. So we have the psyllium husk fiber. So it also has 10 grams of fiber. Fiber also plays a vital role as an appetite suppressant where it keeps you fuller longer, so you're not really going around eating all day long. And when you do eat, your body is gravitating to more fruits and vegetables and things that are healthier versus the snack machine, a candy bar. Let me get a soda. Let me get these different types of things here. When I talk to people about the sugar stop, I ask them, do you even know how many things of sugar a person is supposed to have? And the recommended daily intake of sugar, and this is for an adult, is like 9.5 teaspoons full. And Dr. Truman, I know you're aware of that. 9.5 or a quarter, I could say 9.25 half teaspoons, which, we're way over that in this country. The average adult is like 2.5 of a quarter over the amount that they need, and children are like 3.25 over that amount from, the 9.5 quarter amount. That's a lot of sugar. And especially we're doing that on a daily basis. Our true age and these harmful compounds are just roaring and screaming, release me, release me. It's like being trapped in a prison because they are inside of a cell, C-E-L-L. And these cells need nutrients to thrive and vibe and, to create new healthy red blood cells, which are very, very vital when you understand the importance of what they play. So this is why we tell people you need to be using this product for at least a full 90 days to 120 days to give your body time to rebuild up a fresh red blood count cell. So we do have a 90-day money-back guarantee on this product. For people that used it, they felt like they didn't see anything, but over the last 10 years I've been in business, I've never had anyone call me and say, Sister Kashaki, I need to return this. I need a refund. They just didn't have it in them to say that because they know this product works. The only way, if it's not working, they're simply not drinking it or they're not drinking enough of it because it is an alkaline food. It will pH balance out the body, and you heard Dr. Truman talking about the alkaline water. So using his water along with the herbs and the whatever it is, because every herb is geared towards something different. But as you're using this noni is going to go in the bloodstream and start cleaning that blood out from whatever. So it's going to troubleshoot your own body and balance it back out in the harmony and in the way the Most High designed it to be. So you have to give itself time to work, and it becomes a lifestyle. We've got people, they're still 10 years later still purchasing one case of this juice every month, and they don't even think about it. They'll lose their car or something before they think about getting off this juice because they understand I can always get another car, but I've only got one life, and it takes wisdom to sustain this life. So they understand that they've got to find foods that can give them the nutrients and the iridoids that can be able to perform what it needs to perform. And so that's what makes noni unique, because these iridoids are only found in certain food plants, and noni is one of them. So our sister product, Max, it has the noni, the blueberry, the cherry canola. It has the cranberry, which comes from where Dr. Truman is in Oregon in the U.S., and the olive leaf. So each one of these berries come from a different location inside of the earth. And out of all the cranberries in the whole earth, this one is where Dr. Truman is, has the iridoid compound in it. So out of all, I think they tested like 1,000 different cranberries. I was like, wow, I didn't even know there was that many cranberries on the earth. And out of all the cranberries, the one with the iridoids are right there in the same city as Dr. Truman. Imagine that. So that is pretty much, the last thing that I wanted to mention, I'm sorry, because I just kind of go, my thing is when I do presentations, I just go as the Spirit leads me, so I don't really have some paperwork, something typed out, a PowerPoint. I just, let the Spirit kind of lead me because every audience is different. So I did talk about the fibers to help eliminate the fat and the waste and effectively suppresses the appetite. and help to maintain a healthy blood glucose level. And last but not least, it has the earth's best ingredients to blend and help fight the AGE. So these are the benefits of what we have. It's called Sugar Stop. So it does come in a canister, and we also have what's called the 5-day True Age Sugar Stop Flush, where people can try it with the max for 5 days, and then usually after that they're ready to upgrade to the canister, you know. So with that being said, if anyone else has any questions, comments, they would like to get an appointment set up for a scan, you can reach me at kshaw, SHAW, 0026 at gmail.com. My phone number is 469-443-2124. I'm usually up all night long, you know, so whatever time the Most High needs me. And we're in 80 countries, so even if you don't live here in the Dallas area, I can find someone in my organization that's somewhere in one of these countries to get you set up for an appointment to get scanned and, you know, find out more about AGEs. And you have the number to Discoveries in Health. If you're interested, they also as well have access to the Max and the Noni and the Sugar Stop and many other wonderful product lines. I try to bring a new product line out every week, so I'm not for sure next week what the topic will be, but it'll be something as the Spirit leads me. So thank you so much for allowing me to speak, and have another Thursday on the show. And Dr. Truman, I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you. We once again, you know, sharing information that is so valuable and encouraging, you know, people to find out more about Miranda, Noni, and all those wonderful products. And again, where do you get them? You get them from betterhealthherbs.com. That's betterhealthherbs.com. And the telephone number is 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. And let's open up the lines again. If you have a question or if you have a comment, now's a good time. We've still got a few minutes left, and we want to answer your question or your comment or talk about the topic that you would like to hear about. So the lines are open. Please let us know what your question, your comment, or your suggestion is. Again, the lines are open. Unmute your mic and ask your question or give your comment.
Dr. Burse?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, hi, my name is Judy. I spoke with you maybe about 3 to 4 weeks ago. I know you get a lot of callers, but just to refresh your mind, if you perhaps remember, I was asking, I was in a splint for about, at that time, maybe about 4 weeks. And I had a ruptured tendon, EPAL tendon, that controls the muscular and bone movement of my thumb. And I called in because I was wanting to get some information, some advice about what to take to avoid the surgery. I actually didn't order the products until maybe almost a week ago. I got them yesterday in the mail. And I just wanted to give a testimony about the turmeric and the joint care. I got out of the mail late last night, so I didn't take any, but I took some. I took maybe like a teaspoon of each this morning. It didn't do a lot, and I have been continuing to pray about this condition because my hand has been in this pit for by the time we got to take it off, it's been in this pit about 6 weeks. So you can imagine I don't have any mobility or anything like that. I had a tremendous swelling and a lot of pain as a result of that. And I started going to the physical therapist last week, so I've only been to see him about maybe 3 times. But I thought to myself, well, let me go in here and take some more of this turmeric, the turmeric root, the liquid, and then also the joint care. And I thought, well, I'm going to bump it up a notch to more like a therapeutic dosage. And so I took basically a tablespoon of each. And I'm telling you, it's just like you said, it's very, very powerful. My hand has been like curled over for like 6, 7 weeks, almost 8 weeks. But by the time I went to the physical therapist last week, it had been about 7 weeks. And today I was sitting at my desk all day working, and my hand was just like curled up like in a C position, and just very, very stiff, painful too, but more stiffness than pain, because I've been working at, like I said, at the with the physical therapist, so it was getting a little bit better, but not significant, just a little. But after I took the turmeric, tablespoon of the turmeric, and then also the joint care, I'm telling you, I didn't even really notice it. It's like the Lord said, look at your hand. And I looked at my hand, and I could already see that the swelling had already started going down. And I mean, it's not there yet with a tablespoon of each, but I mean, tremendously in about 10 minutes. Honestly, no joke. In about 10 minutes, I start feeling movement in my hands and swelling going down. So I know I'm going to continue to take them together and start working on this hand, and hopefully I can avoid the surgery. That's my goal. I really don't want to go in with the knife.
Wow, that's great, and you did the right thing there. You started with a small amount, and then you increased it. And when you did, you found your dosage that was a therapeutic dosage. And the thing about this is these herbs are safe. They're safe to use, and what you found now is something that's really going to work. And I would continue to do that using the turmeric, using the joint care herbal formula. These things are going to be exactly what's going to continue to help you to reduce that inflammation. And as you're reducing that inflammation, you're just going to get better and better and better. And after a while, you won't need it anymore. Unless you happen to eat the wrong thing or re-injure it somehow, it's just going to clear up. At least that's the way it worked for me. And that's the joint care formula, number 1043. We have people that have found that formula, and they're using it, and it's become one of the things that most people are asking for these days. They're finding out about it, and they want to get a bottle of that joint care that reduces inflammation. It's 68 different herbs in that formulation. It took me 7 years to figure out how to balance that formula out and make it work like it does. But it is really it's really a wonderful formulation to reduce inflammation, arthritis, rheumatism, and that type of thing. That joint care formula. So yes.
I just want to add.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to add that I also did order the BFC. And
Yes.
I haven't tried that out yet. I'm wondering how I can really stick that in, because I do have this prescription. Like I said, my orthopedic surgeon wrote a prescription for me to see the physician, because I just had way too much swelling for him to do the surgery. Because he said, if I do the surgery on you, you're going to be much worse off, because I'd be going right back in a splint, for several more weeks, a cast, and then I think a splint. And so I really want to be able to just go all natural. And so, but like I said, I have this prescription to see the physical therapist, and I'm just wondering, how can I do? What would you recommend? Because I think according to the instructions, there is you make the poultice is what I'm referring to, the BFC poultice. You make that and put it on like a couple times a day, right? You wrap it with like a saran wrap, and then put like a sterile white cotton or something like that on it to keep it wrapped up. Only thing is, I guess my concern is that I'm going to the physical therapist 3 times a week, starting last Friday. So I've been a few times already. But I really just don't want to go into the system. It's just, I don't want to be cut on.
Yes, and you want to avoid that, as long as you're getting good results and going forward, I would try to avoid the surgery. Certainly, if you absolutely have to have it, well then, but I don't think you're going to. And looking at the instructions on that bone, flesh, and cartilage, it tells us to mix the powder, poultice mixer to form a thick paste, because it's a powder. And then it's also another separate product that is a liquid. And you add the liquid to the powder, creating about 1/8 of an inch thick over the area, around that thumb, 1/8 of an inch thick, and you cover it with plastic wrap. And then you can then tape that down, and whenever it's dry, that's when to either add more liquid to it, or put another new poultice powder on it. Again, 1/8 of an inch thick, with the poultice mixer, which is raw honey, wheat germ oil, and mineral water. But that bone, flesh, and cartilage is a very interesting old-fashioned formula that came from a dear friend of mine who's now passed away many years ago. But that's Dr. John Ray Christopher invented that formulation.
Okay, yeah, and they said, according to the MRI that I had done a few weeks ago, they said that the tendon, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with it, it's a tendon that, as I said, it runs through the thumb, and it goes across the bend of the wrist.
Yes.
So what they call the Lister's tubercle or something like that. It goes across there, and it's right there. It's not like totally disrupted. It's what they call frayed. And my physical therapist was telling me yesterday, I believe it was, that that actually, it could just be a matter of time before it completely just breaks. It's breaking fiber by fiber by fiber, and it could be months, or it could be, a much shorter period of time. So that's why I'm saying I really just want to go ahead and go with the poultice. That's really what I would desire to do.
Right. Now, here's the thing. The more you do to nourish your body, in other words, making sure you're getting calcium and magnesium tablets, that number 2455, nice bones, about 3 of those before bedtime, and maybe even 1 or 2 in the morning. And making sure you're getting a good multiple vitamin like that Intramax. All of these things are going to boost you up to where this is even going to happen faster when you are stronger nutritionally. So just know that those kinds of things are going to play into speeding this up to where you're going to get the results quicker.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, lots of vitamin C. It's called Good C, and I would be taking at least 4 capsules 2 to 3 times a day of Good C, vitamin C, and between the vitamin C and the calcium and magnesium and a good multiple vitamin, and then watching your diet and stay away from sugars and so forth, I would see this thing clearing up within a couple of weeks.
Oh wow! But how soon would you think that the tissue would start regenerating?
When you're using that Good C, vitamin C, and the calcium and magnesium and the Intramax, and using the turmeric and using the joint care formula, I think you would start to see some big results within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Within 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so when we come back here next week, I want to give us an update. Okay.
Okay. Well then.
All right, you're in my prayers. God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All praises to the Most High. We have come to the top of the hour. We've been here for 2 hours praising the Most High in the name of Yeshua. All praises to the Most High, Ahaya. And we have finally come to the top of, and we're going to come back every Thursday from 3 to 5. Bring your friends. Tell people about us. We want to help as many people as possible and encourage everyone to be healthier and happier and praise the Most High. My telephone number is 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. My email address is Truman@healthherbs.com or Truman@herbalhealthreview.com. Or Truman the Herbalist @gmail.com. I got lots of email addresses. So anyway, you can reach me. Truman@healthherbs.com is the shortest, easiest one. And email me. Let me know what you need and your questions and so forth. I will do reports for you. They're always at no charge. I've never charged anybody now. In 2 months, it'll be going on 55 years that I have not I've been helping people, and I don't charge them anything. I do receive donations, and I appreciate those, because those donations help me to help more people. So that, and that's all that's going to be a real helpful thing. If you can, help us with a donation. Those donations are up there on herbalhealthreview.com, the information website, herbalhealthreview.com. If you can, make a donation. It'll help somebody else to better health. The last thing I want to say here is the place to get the products is betterhealthherbs.com in Albany, Oregon. Betterhealthherbs.com. They just call themselves Health and Herbs, but their website is betterhealthherbs.com. And be sure and go on that website and order any products that you need. And you can call the Health and Herbs people in Albany, Oregon at 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. All praises to the Most High. We'll talk with you again next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Discoveries in Health. You are in my prayers. All praises to the Most High. Amen.